It happens for only a second. You walk past a mirror or catch your reflection in a dark window. And for one strange moment, before your mind catches up, you do not recognize the face looking back at you. There is a flicker, a question with no words. Who is that? Then it passes. The name returns. The face becomes yours again. But the question does not really leave. It just goes quiet. And tonight, we are going to sit with it. Look at the face in the mirror. Really look. You have carried it your whole life, and you barely know it. You know it well enough to shave it, to paint it, to present it. But do you know the one who is behind it, looking out? That face has been many people. It was a child who believed things you would laugh at now. It was a teenager who would be ashamed of who you became, and proud of it too. It has worn 100 expressions it did not feel. And through all of it, something behind the eyes stayed the same and watched. Because you are not one person. You know this, even if you never say it. There is the you that speaks to your boss. Careful. Edited. There is the you with old friends. Louder, freer. There is the you with your family, who can make you a child again in one sentence. There is the you with a stranger, and the you when you are completely alone. Each one has a different voice, a different posture, a different set of truths. You change the mask so smoothly you do not feel your own hand move. The ancient Greeks had a word for the mask the actor wore on stage. They called it the persona. And from it we built the word for the self we show the world. So much of a day is a performance. You manage how you are seen the way a careful host manages a room. You laugh a little louder than the joke deserved. You agree with something you do not believe to keep the peace. You post the better photograph. You tell the better version of the story. And slowly, the performance gets so good that you forget you are performing. You begin to believe the mask is the face. This is the quiet danger, not that we wear masks, but that we wear them so long we cannot remember how to take them off. So here is the question that mirror was really asking. Who are you when there is no one left to perform for? When the door is closed, when the phone is dark, when no one will ever know. The way you treat the waiter who cannot help your career. What you do with an hour that no one will ever ask you about. The thought you would never say aloud. That, the philosopher said, is where the real you actually lives. Not in what you show. In what you do when showing is pointless. Character is who you are in the dark. And there is a part of you that never makes it to the mirror at all. The part you decided, long ago, was not acceptable. The anger you swallow, the envy you deny, the desire you bury. You pushed it into the basement of yourself and shut the door. A psychologist named Jung gave that buried part a name, the shadow. And he said the strangest thing, that it does not disappear when you hide it. It only grows in the dark and runs your life from behind a curtain. The things you cannot stand in other people. Look closely. They are often the things you refuse to see in yourself. You do not become whole by perfecting the mask. You become whole by meeting the shadow. And consider the strangest mask of all, the one you wear for yourself. You carry a story of who you are, a character named I. He is the hero of every memory. He always had his reasons. But memory is not a recording. It is a storyteller, and it lies kindly. You have quietly edited your own past to keep that character likable. You remember the version where you were wronged, not the one where you were wrong. The self you think you are is, in part, a story you tell to feel whole. This is not a flaw to be ashamed of. It is simply worth knowing. The man in the mirror is also, a little, a fiction you are deeply attached to. Above the temple at Delphi, the Greeks carved 2 words. Know thyself. Not know the world, not know your enemy, know the one in the mirror. Because Socrates believed the unexamined life was not worth living. A life lived entirely on the surface, never once turning to look inward, was to him a kind of sleep with the eyes open. And most of us are very good at not looking. We fill every silence so the question cannot reach us. But the stranger in the glass is patient. He will wait for you in every dark window. So, who is doing the looking? That is the real secret. Notice something now, quietly. You can observe your own thoughts. You can watch a feeling rise and name it. There is anger. There is fear. But who is the one watching? It cannot be the thought if it can see the thought. There is the face, and there is the one behind the face who sees it. There are the thoughts, and there is the silent witness who watches them pass. The Buddhists looked for a solid, permanent self at the center and could not find one. What they found instead was awareness, open, quiet, already free. You are not the mask. You are not even the shadow. You are the still, wordless awareness in which all of it appears. And here is what frightens us, and then sets us free. There is no fixed statue of you, hidden somewhere, waiting to be uncovered. You are not a thing. You are a river. The you of 10 years ago is gone. Cells, beliefs, certainties, all replaced. You cannot step into the same self twice. It is always moving. The stranger in the mirror is strange because he is new every single day. We suffer because we cling to one frozen picture of who we are supposed to be. But you were never meant to be a finished portrait. You are meant to be a living thing, and living things change. Now you may begin to understand why we avoid our own company. Why we reach for the phone the instant we are alone. It is not boredom, it is the fear of meeting the stranger with no mask on. A philosopher named Pascal said it plainly centuries ago. All of humanity's troubles come from one thing: our inability to sit quietly in a room, alone, because in that silence, the performance ends. And the one who has been watching all your life finally gets to speak. And we are terrified of what he might say. But what if he is not your enemy? What if the stranger in the mirror has only ever wanted one thing? To be seen by you, honestly, without the mask, without the edit. The masks were not crimes. They were how you survived. Thank them and set them down. The shadow was not a monster. It was a part of you left alone in the dark too long. Go to the mirror, not to fix the face, but to meet the one behind it. Not to judge him, just to look the way you would look at an old friend. You have spent your whole life trying to become someone. Maybe the work was never to become. Maybe it was simply to come home. So tonight, find a mirror or a dark window and look, really look. Past the face, past the name, past the story. The stranger you find there is not a stranger at all. He is the one who was with you before you had a single mask. He has watched every moment you have ever lived, and he has never once left. You do not have to perform for him. You never did. You only have to stop running long enough to say hello. The face will change again tomorrow. Let it. The one behind it has always, quietly, been home. Look again,